Hi, this is Julia and welcome to another Embrace Joy yoga video. So if you've been following along with our Breathwork series, you'll remember that the last video was a energizing practice. So we practiced a flow and some bellows breath to help us get some energy going. And so this practice is going to be sort of the opposite of that. So we're going to practice a cooling pranayama or breathwork today called Sitali breath. And before that, we'll do a little bit of yoga poses that are focused on grounding and cooling breath. And I'm going to introduce the concepts of Brahmana and Langana. And so what that just means is Brahmana means expanding, Langana means reducing, but in a good way, thinking of kind of bringing your energy down. So if you have an excess of energy, Langana means to cool, to calm. So we're going to focus on grounding. So this is a great practice to do in the evening, especially if you've had a stressful day. I will say a little word of disclaimer here. If you are pregnant or you have any medical conditions, including anything with blood pressure, high blood pressure, I would avoid doing breathwork practices. And as always, check with your doctor before engaging in any physical activity. So to begin, you'll need your yoga mat, and you can always grab any other yoga props you may like. If you have a yoga block nearby, you can always have a folded towel or blanket if you would like more padding for your knees. So today we're going to start in a child's pose. So coming to hands and knees, and you can bring a block here in front for your head if you like to bring the ground up to you. So bringing your big toes together to touch, maybe walk your hands forward, bringing your forehead towards the floor as you gently shift your hips back. Again, you can bring a block or a cushion underneath the forehead. Begin to take a few deep breaths. So thinking of Langana or reducing cooling breath, we're going to think of actually extending our exhalation, making our exhalation a little bit longer than our inhalation. See if you can give that a try. Inhale and then take a long exhale through your nose. You may notice how as you inhale, your rib cage expands, and as you exhale, it softens, lengthening your breath. I also like to think of perhaps cooling breath. As you exhale, you use your exhalation to cool off a hot drink or hot food. So that's another way to kind of visualize it. And so whenever you're ready, go ahead and press into your hands. Begin to lift up onto hands and knees. Again, patting your knees with a blanket if you like. Bringing your wrists underneath the shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. So just go ahead and find a neutral spine to begin. We're going to do a reverse cat and cow today. So we're actually going to inhale, round your spine. Exhale to drop your belly, lift your gaze forward. Inhale, round. Exhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze forward. So let's do about 5 of these. Inhale, round. Exhale, look forward, come to cow pose. Inhale, arch your back, cat pose. Exhale, drop your belly, look forward, cow pose. Just do about 2 more on your own. So when you're ready, come back to a neutral position. We're going to come to a little down dog flow. And so what we're going to do is tuck our toes here. Take a big breath in. Press up to down dog. Exhale to crouch down. You can either hover or tap your knees down. Inhale to lift the hips. Exhale. lower knees. Inhale, lift hips, extend your legs. Exhale to lower your knees. Once more, inhale, extend back to down dog. Exhale, maybe pedal out your feet a little bit. Rock your hips back and forth. Maybe as you're ready, you can walk your feet up to your hands, coming to a forward fold. Take a moment to maybe let your arms hang. You can take a yoga block, bring it in front of you, rest your hands there. Maybe bend in your knees a little bit, allow your chest and belly to come closer to the tops of your thighs. Taking some nice deep breaths. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and roll up to standing nice and slow. Gently roll the shoulders up and down your back. You can widen your stance if you need to, coming to a mountain pose. So we're going to do a half sun salutation, and we're going to kind of reverse the breath pattern a little bit like we did with cat and cow. So beginning in mountain pose, maybe think grounding. I invite you to really sense the connection of your feet to the earth. Maybe take a soft bend in your knees, squeeze a little bit in the inner thighs. Engage your core, kind of gently tuck your pelvis forward if you feel like your hips kind of rock back. Invite your hips to come to neutral, bringing your hands to your side, again allowing the shoulder blades to roll down the back. Gaze is forward. Nice deep breath in. Exhale to lift your arms. Inhale, hinge at your hips, bend in your knees, forward fold. Exhale, lift up halfway. Inhale to forward fold. Exhale to lift up all the way. Inhale, hands come to heart center, and then take a long exhalation. Notice your shoulder blades maybe lift a little bit as you inhale. And then again with the exhalation, we're thinking of that softening, cooling sensation. So we're going to do a couple more rounds of this. Taking a nice deep breath in, mountain pose. Exhale. Lift your arms overhead. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, lift up halfway. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale to stand up. Inhale, bring hands to heart center, and exhale. Soften, let your hands come to your side. And just do this about one more time here, kind of on your own, seeing if we can keep with that pattern of breath. Starting with the inhale in mountain pose, and your exhalation to lift your arms up overhead. See if you can follow along. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift your arms. Inhale, fold. Exhale, lift halfway. Inhale, fold. Exhale, lift all the way. Inhale. Hands to heart center and exhale. You can bring your hands to your side. We're going to move through some chair pose with a little twist here. So chair pose, starting in mountain, really grounding into your feet, sitting your hips back as though you're sitting in a chair. And so you can choose your range of motion here, going down as low or as high as you'd like. But we're going to be here for a moment doing a little bit of a rotation. So just think about kind of getting to a point where you can stand comfortably for a little bit. You can also do this up against a wall. So if you come to a wall, you can bring your hips to the wall, walk your feet out in front with your knees bent, and maybe lean forward, lifting the arms. So we're going to do a little twist here. Let's go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. Chair pose, exhale, bring your hands to crisscross right on top of your thighs. Inhale, open your left arm looking over your shoulder. Exhale, cross your left arm over your right, back to your right leg. Inhale, open your right arm. Exhale, cross your right hand over to your left leg. Inhale, open your left arm. Exhale, left hand to right leg. Inhale, lift your right arm. Exhale, left hand to your right leg. And then go ahead, take a nice fold here. Exhale to lift all the way up and inhale. Hands to heart center. Another big breath. So I'm going to demo the same thing using the wall. You can do it again without the wall if you'd like. We're coming into a chair pose. Deep breath in. Exhale. Bring your left hand to your right thigh, your right hand to your left. You're going to exhale. Inhale to lift open the left arm. Exhale, bring your left hand to the right leg. Inhale, open the right arm. Exhale, right hand to left leg. Inhale, open to the left. Cross over. Inhale to open. Exhale to lower. And then go ahead and forward fold. And so you can take a moment in your forward fold. Kind of decompress. Maybe bend in the knees, kind of crouching down, stepping back into a seated position. Then we're going to make our way onto our back. So from here, we're going to do some bridge pose. So gently rock onto your back. Go ahead and bring your feet to the mat. And here you're welcome to take a yoga block or a pillow or a cushion to squeeze between your knees, engaging your inner thighs to help stabilize your hips. And so notice here, we're going to do kind of a reverse bridge pose. I traditionally cue bridge pose as an inhale to lift hips and exhale to lower. And so this time I'm going to cue it as inhale first, exhale, lift your hips, inhale, tap, exhale, lift, and squeezing the yoga block or cushion if you like to help keep your knees and hips stable. Inhale, tap down. Exhale to lift. Inhale, tap down. This time bring your hands up over your face, bringing your forearms and your hands, palms to touch. As you exhale, open your arms to the side, cactus, lifting your hips. Inhale, close. Exhale, open. Inhale, close, arms, lower hips. Exhale, open, arms, lift hips. Inhale, close your arms. Exhale, open. One more time. Inhale to close the arms. Exhale, open. And so then as you're ready, go ahead and lower all the way down to the mat. You can remove the yoga block or cushion if you were using it. Maybe hugging your knees to your chest for a moment. Take a couple nice deep breaths. Maybe rock from side to side on the yoga mat. Just kind of gently releasing any tension in your low back. And so here, what we're going to do next, maybe bring your arms up overhead. So make sure you have plenty of space to reach your arms overhead and extend your legs towards the ceiling. As you take a deep breath in, we're going to curl up to a little ball, hug yourself. Exhale, extend your arms overhead and lift your feet, straightening in your knees. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, lengthen your legs, bringing your arms overhead. Inhale to hug knees to chest. exhale to open and lengthen. And as you're ready, you can hug your knees once more to your chest. Maybe open your arms out to either side, gently dropping your knees over to the right for a supine twist. And you can look over your opposite shoulder if you like. Taking a couple of nice deep breaths. Feel free to place a yoga block or a pillow in between your knees here to take any pressure off your low back. Maybe, again, I invite you to try lengthening your exhalation. Nice long breath out. On your next breath in, you can bring your knees up through the center. Exhale to lower them to the left. Maybe turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Big breath in. Long exhalation. Well, as you're ready, go ahead and lift your knees up through the center. Maybe remove the yoga block if you're using one, hugging your knees to your chest. And then maybe gently roll onto your side, coming up to a seat. Feel free to grab a cushion, sit up on a chair, sit on a yoga block, whatever is comfortable. We're going to do some of our cooling breath and then just have a couple of minutes of relaxation where I'll give you a chance to take a shavasana and rest for a moment. So when we're thinking of our cooling breath, in Sanskrit it's called Sitali, pranayama. And so what this means is that when we're pulling the air in through our mouth, it cools off, and then exhale through the nose. So there's a couple ways to do this. So if you are able to roll your tongue, I like to say a taco tongue, you're going to roll your tongue in your mouth, make kind of like an ooh shape here with your mouth. Breathe in until you feel the air kind of rushing up your tongue. And then exhale normally through your nose. So if you cannot do the taco tongue, then what you can do is kind of bring your tongue just behind your teeth. Gently open your mouth a little bit. Breathe in. It might make a slight hissing sound. This is called Sitali pranayama. And close your mouth. Take a nice long exhalation. So we're going to try 12 rounds of this breath work. You can choose either one that works for you, and you're welcome to keep your eyes focused on one point, or you can bring your gaze towards the floor, or you're welcome to close your eyes. Your hands can be resting on your thighs if you like, on your knees. And so I'm going to demonstrate this with my tongue rolled. If you can't do that, that's totally okay. It's a genetic thing. So again, you can bring your teeth together, slightly open your mouth, and breathe in kind of through the space between your teeth, and still feel the cooling effect. So I invite you to really notice the cooling effect as you breathe in. And again, noticing the softening in your body as you exhale. So here we go. We'll go ahead and start. First round of breath. Second. Fourth breath. Fifth. Sixth round. Six more breaths. You can kind of go on your own and I'll keep count. Two more rounds of breath. Just take a couple of regular breaths. Now for Shavasana, or relaxation portion, you're welcome to stay seated in a comfortable seat. You're welcome to bring yourself down to your mat. You may even like to bring your legs up against a wall if you prefer and lay there. You can bring your feet mat width distance apart and let your knees come in together for constructive rest. Or you're also welcome to lengthen your legs out long. You're welcome to lay on your side or your belly just for this next couple of minutes of relaxation. If you are laying on your back or sitting, reclining in a chair, I invite you to bring your hands to your belly if that feels safe and comfortable for you to do. Maybe one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. And just take a moment to connect. So I invite you here to take about 15 breaths. See if you can deepen, lengthen your exhalation with each breath. We'll keep count. And then I will guide you out as we're done. as you're ready, I invite you to bring awareness to your surroundings. Maybe noticing the sensation of your mat beneath you or the surface that you're sitting on. Maybe noticing the feel of air on your skin. Inviting any sounds or smells in the room around you. Maybe gently rolling over to your right or left side. And gently open your eyes if they were closed. Bringing yourself up to a seated position. We will take one more deep breath here together. Taking time, acknowledging yourself for doing the hardest part of showing up to the mat today to practice some yoga, breath work, and self-care. The light and love in me sees and honors the light and love in you. Thank you for watching. Namaste.